Hello and welcome to this week's episode of the What's New on the Net.com podcast. It's not been such an eventful week where tech news is concerned, but yes, there have been a few interesting developments. Bringing you the roundup of this week's tech news is your regular host Saurabh Gaswala, and today is Sunday, November 28th, 2021. So without taking up much of your time, let's begin. Data breach. Literally every week now, there's one major story around a major data breach. Likewise, this week, GoDaddy was in the news when it reported that a data breach had occurred in which the user data of 1.2 million customers may have been exposed. The company's chief information security officer explained in a filing with the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission that an unauthorized third party had access to its managed WordPress hosting environment. While apologizing, GoDaddy warned that the data breach, which had been ongoing since September this year, increased the chances of email phishing attacks against impacted customers. The breach also comes during a year that has seen multiple cybersecurity incidents, so this is certainly not the last time you will hear of hackers getting through a company's digital security firewall. At the start of the week, Twitter announced its plan of getting into the world of what's popularly called live-streamed e-commerce. Twitter blogged that its live shopping program would allow viewers to make in-app purchases from merchants' websites. So Twitter now joins others like Facebook and TikTok in offering such live-streamed shopping. But what does it mean, this live-streamed e-commerce? Basically, such live streams replicate the shopping networks we find on TV and allows merchants to sell to a wider audience using social networks, at a much lower cost as compared to TV. So Twitter users will be able to make purchases via a Shop tab on a live stream, while a shoppable banner will flash across the top of the screen featuring goods that are being showcased. Different ways to make you shell out money to buy goods, huh?
Here is a shout out to founders, co-founders, CEOs, CTOs and C-suite guys of tech unicorns, businesses and startups around the world. Come share your business story on our weekly podcast. CEO Speak is a new slot we have introduced in which the top management of tech companies can tell the rest of their community of their success, their struggles, and so on. Plus, as a bonus, the same will also be published on our website what'snewonthenet.com. Get your invite by writing into us at what'snewonthenet.com, at gmail.com.
Welcome back to this podcast, after that announcement. Would I be right in saying that at least 98% of the connected world uses Google as the default search engine? Most of us tend to forget there are other search engines such as DuckDuckGo and Microsoft's Bing. Microsoft announced this week that page insights on the Microsoft Bing search results page were now available to all. Page insights provide a summarized metrics from a page on your search results so you can find what you're looking for faster. Microsoft has explained this with an example which I repeat here. Imagine you're curious about Mars and space exploration, but don't have a specific question in mind. When you search Mars mission NASA and hover over the lightbulb icon for a promising-looking link in Bing search, you will get a page insights pane that helps you verify that the source is relevant to your needs, helps you get caught up to speed at a glance on top factoids, and lets you jump straight to the relevant section of the page when you click Read More for a specific question. You can also see more web results in the Explore More section, which you can use as a jumping-off point for more exploration. Oh, by the way, this feature is only available on the desktop. Governments all over the world are getting stricter in the way tech companies are handling people's data. Late this week, the Italian government said that Apple and Google profit from the use of users' data without telling them what those purposes are. The country's regulator has fined the companies €10 million, about $11.2 million. After earlier fining Apple and Amazon a total of $230 million over alleged price fixing, Italy imposed this new fine on Apple and Google. This move by the country's Competition and Market Authority claimed that the companies had violated the Consumer Code. The Antitrust Authority has ascertained for each company 2 violations of the Consumer Code, said the regulator in a statement, one for informative deficiencies and another for aggressive practices related to the acquisition and use of consumer data for commercial purposes. Okay, and now to the startups segment. One field that is seeing a lot of use of artificial intelligence is content generation and editing. In this field enters Copy Monkey, an e-commerce AI copy generator that claims to work with every e-commerce platform. Using a file uploader, it creates multiple unique product descriptions at the same time. You can easily edit the results in a user-friendly interface after generating the descriptions in bulk. All you need is to import your CSV, Excel or other format file from your store, upload it to Copy Monkey, and get the multiple results generated for each product. Product description is something that all e-commerce firms look out for but has never attracted high-level talent from the content writers pool. Now Copy Monkey claims to take care of that hurdle. Are social media networks being born even today? You will be surprised. Our second startup profile is about Racket, a new audio-based social network that is currently available on iOS, Apple App Store, and the web. This Los Angeles-based company has raised a total of $3 million in funding, and the latest round was this month itself. The app has a simple onboarding process, which should be attractive to users. Simply enter an email address and select a password to join up. Racket is betting that short-form audio will compete with video very favorably over the next decade. It has set out the tools so that content creators can make this a reality. The app's homepage shows a scrollable list of mini podcasts users can listen to, and once selected, users can view the creator's stats and follow their channel, much like the functionality of Twitter. For creators, the app has a built-in recording studio that offers a basic set of editing tools that include the option to stop or start recording, drag audio segments to reorder a broadcast, delete or recover audio segments, as well as create an automatic transcript of their recording. Once satisfied with their recording, users can share their mini podcast with the community or share it on other social networking sites. If you want to know more about Racket, go over to what'snewonthenet.com.
A word of caution. Listeners are strongly advised to do their due diligence before buying or downloading any of the startups featured here. Startup profiles are only for information purposes, and this podcast does not vouch for any of their features.
And with that, I am at the end of this bulletin. Hope you found the roundup of tech news useful. Why don't you subscribe to the podcast? And also, send in your comments to the link given in the podcast show notes. Your feedback really matters to us. Having said that, it is time for me, your host Saurabh Gaswala, to take your leave for now. Till we meet next Sunday. Adieu.